What's good, y'all? I know you guys may remember For My Pyros, but it's time for a rebrand, and I'm gonna try and switch it up just a little bit, some little tweaks here and there, and it'll now be changed to The Boring Vlog. Yeah. Sound effects to come soon. But anyway, I'm just gonna still continue to have like little segments where I just kind of talk about whatever happened in my life, music updates, things that I like, and things that maybe you guys would like to check out. I just kind of want to make this a way for me to promote some cool things and also just get some stuff off my mind. So, you know, things that don't quite fit the regular content that I do on the channel. So, yeah. One of the first things I want to do is I'm probably gonna go with something or why I like blank. We'll make it more elaborate later, but the first one I wanted to kind of put out there is why I like Pride. Yes, Pryde, Pride, and why I dig his music so much. Cause see, D Pride, if people don't know, by the name D Pride. Matter of fact, way back, he went by the name of Duke, starting on his early days on YouTube. He was a very young Asian rapper that, you know, was actually rather good. And and so I, due to YouTube ciphers and stuff like that throughout the years, I came aware of him when he was actually starting in his D Pride days, and he was actually kind of cool. He had some cool little punchlines, and he had a cool sense of style to him. And then eventually, he's like, when it was getting closer to his Mars music signing days, he kind of cleaned up his act a little bit, stopped the cussing in his raps and stuff, and cleaned up his image and just went for a more inspiring approach when it came to what he was talking about in the music, as well as still dropping some cool punchline tracks, you know, a la Lil Wayne style, you know. And then he got to a point where he was starting to get some good distribution through Mars Music, and I think it was BMG, and they were able to release an EP called Canal in Ridgevale, I believe is what it is. I don't know, because I didn't really pay attention to it, because that was around the time where I was like, it's getting a little stale for me. And you know, but he got some good success with that, and he got kind of lazy, kind of took a hiatus pretty much, and then he realized, I guess during that time, he needed to really try and tap into what he really wants to do, and it was beginning to start the what I believe was these slow separation from the whole Mars music age of his life, and he started dropping all the stuff that would lead up to Plan A, and that's when I first came back in love with what would soon become just Pride. Like Cameron Diaz actually kind of addressed how he kind of fell off musically, and how he was almost kind of losing himself with trying to go for success, but yet still not being artistically all himself, and wanting to basically make it being him, instead of a clean cut version of him and everything like that. So yeah, songs like Cameron Diaz, when he was on his way to becoming Pride, let me get another taste of that honesty that he was putting into a lot of his inspiring tracks, like he would have on the projects like Mars and Flagship, where it'd be like the ready set goes or the outro flows and such. The songs like those really kind of tapped into that honest heart to heart type of lyrics that he would have, that would be like almost like a Drake style, which I know he hates the comparison, but it's something that I felt he captured very well, that I enjoyed from Jake, is some of the more honest and heartfelt like messages coming from him, and delivered in a very cool and clever way. But one of the things that he did not give off to me is the fakery. It didn't seem necessarily forced whenever he did things like that, and much of his other songs he still seemed very genuine. It didn't come off as acting, which is why I prefer Pride over a Drake, even though starting off like around this time you could say their sound was rather comparable. But moving on from there, Plan A finally came out. It was a good project, and it was the last project to ever have the trademark "yeah," and and also the name D Pride. He decided the D, that I guess stems from his Duke days, had to go, and he became Pride. And you get Richville Summer, which was a great project, and he delivered something that I always longed to hear, which is great party music, radio friendly, ready music, without dumbing down to the point where it's just stupid. Another artist that I feel does a great job of creating fun, great radio commercial ready music without giving up integrity is Futuristic. And that's why I will give myself a chance to listen to artists such as those two. But let's go back to focusing on Pride. Okay, so Richville Summer was the first true Pride project, and I was loving it because it was back to him being on his dope punchline junk and fun party stuff that people are like sonically is so sonically accessible that people could party to it, and I could listen to it and still laugh at the lines and be mildly amused. Now here and there still be a song where I'm just like, I'm not feeling this one as much. It's not for me. It's coming off just a little too soft. But you know, people have emotions, and some people express it in their own ways. And I've done it myself, so I guess I shouldn't complain. But we continue on to go to after Richville Summer, we get Crud. Is that when? I think that's where you end up leading to goodness gracious, this it is, what's the name of that project? It's why am I skipping too far forward in the timeline? Goodness gracious. After Richville Summer, we get, because it's the one that has all like enough said and all that. Why is my brain doing this to me right now? I'm gonna run out of battery trying to think of what the song is. Alright, let's see. We finally get to all the stuff that leads. Yeah, I think this is a good portion too. All the stuff that led up to what would be I Don't Belong. Because in there you get like Night Shift and Come and Go, Boys on the Road. It was just like he was on a hot streak. Every single song was like an amazing beat, great melodies, and also dope punchlines or song concepts that I could get down with. It was a lot of really just sonically pleasing and lyrically pleasing material, and that was something I could definitely get behind. And then I Don't Belong came out like leading off with Nuff Said, and I was like, yep, Pride is that dude, and I need to just keep up with the guy, because the dude is just continually putting out great content and also expanding his sound little by little into becoming his, like, really his own. And it seems like even he feels that way, because he didn't feel he achieved that until around Loverboy, which is like three projects after I Don't Belong, because he had Are You Here, and Are You Here was a little EP that was also really great. A lot of good like joints in there where he was really pushing it back again into his singing a lot more on there, as well as a few different tracks that kind of tapped into the old style that he did and the new style that he had, with tracks like Piece of Me, and then Geez It's Lit, and Poor. There's just a lot of like a little taste of what was the past and what was to come, and then that's when you get ever closer to what would become Loverboy. And but before we even get there, 23 let me know that dude was ready to be a freaking threat, because he came in speaking honestly and dropping hot punchlines and showing that strive and drive and determination that he had to basically be the best that he could be, to try and break into the industry, and why he deserves it, because he's been grinding so hard for so many years, and he's gotten so close before that it just makes sense for him to make his Jordan year freaking amazing. And I have to say that he really has. Now, because, you know, with Loverboy coming out, that was flipping awesome. I mean, he was getting ready to doing his first draft of the highly anticipated Russell album, his birth name titled album that a lot of fans have been waiting for, because it just holds a lot of weight to know, you know, he's putting his government out there, and it's supposed to be like kind of his defining true debut project to I guess would be even greater mainstream status, you know, like actually getting talked by everyone, the blogosphere and everything. That's what I'm guessing. I'm expecting it to reach that level of quality, though I feel he's actually already there now, and many people have. But anyway, Loverboy is, I guess, where because it's funny that I'm doing this now, because I just got to see the tweets where he was saying, you know, I feel like I really rebranded myself now with Loverboy, Richville Summer 2, the Summer of Loverboy, and Don't Worry, I Love You. These three projects really captured like his grand mix of crooning and rapping his back off. I mean, the dude is able to be extremely trendy without really trying to fit into trends. It's a strange little combination that I feel very few people are able to pull off, where they can sound like the times yet still sound extremely unique. And that is something that he's definitely been able to achieve with these last three projects. And man, that's why I love Pride, because Pride has just grown into this extremely diverse artist who is able to be vulnerable, honest, and genuine in all forms of art he puts himself in. And that's why even with the launch of Veil, his Veil brand, lifestyle brand, pretty much is going to be fantastic, because as he branches out into all the other things that he enjoys, which is the clothing, and then even like skateboarding and fashion and photos and videos and music. As he continues to do all of these different things that he is able to genuinely do and produce and give at such a high quality, it's undeniable that it can be a great success as long as we continue to support the guy and he continues to be smart business wise. I mean, he's obviously already been contacted about business ventures, but he's been smart enough to know which ones will actually be able to benefit him and which ones will not, which is why we've seen him still stay independent so far after the break from Mars, and still be able to garner a huge fan base that I'm sure is just ready to pop just as soon as it can. I mean, to me, it can be around the same kind of idea that we've seen with Logic before. Because I feel Logic was kind of like that for a good while, where it was just him and his brand creating great music, putting it out there, getting noticed, and having a huge fan base without the huge label. And then as soon as we find the label that will work for him, which in Logic's case was Def Jam, it'll just pop off. And we've seen Logic continue to grow, drop great projects that have garnered certification, whether it be gold or platinum and all that, and then even now getting even bigger with his 1-800 song, with just trying to be true to himself and still expanding his art. I could see the same thing happening with Pride, and I could see just the way Logic did that alongside Visionary Music Group. I feel Pride can do that with his Veil company brand going out and him going through the official channels to make it a real living, breathing thing and business entity. Because he's already been selling out merch for quite a while on his own, and now with him trying to make it 100% legit, I can see it really burgeoning into something fantastic. And that's just one of the reasons. This is one of the many reasons why I love Pride, because the thing that he does, he and to make a pun out of it, he puts pride in all of his work. And that's what makes it great. And that's why I think, if after this little talk about it can convince you to check him out, I'd advise you to do so. Even if you don't want to go through the whole discography, basically you can start off with the things that he's actually deemed worthy to make public on all streaming sites, which kind of starts off around the Are You There EP. Because once you get there, you have the stuff on everything. Or you can go on SoundCloud, and I believe he still has up the first Richville Summer. But yeah, Pride is freaking amazing. But that kind of concludes this little segment, and we'll have to come back later to give you a little bit more other updates I want to put in this lovely thing we call the Boring Blog. Yeah. Much love, peace. Threes. So, just to kind of break down this whole revamp thing, I just figured that the For My Pyros old format was just not working, so I figured it's time I kind of shake it up and see if I can make it a little bit more entertaining as I give you updates, like the fact that the album comes out November 17th, and the thing is, the 16th I'm gonna actually do a live stream and like leading in to it, so keep your eye on the YouTube and probably maybe the IG as well, because I'll probably do 2 streams. I'll probably do the one leading into the release on IG, while during the day I'll end up doing one on YouTube. So if if you look out for the reminder or whatever, I'll put that up for you guys to check out. Probably do something maybe around like 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 Central. So yeah, brand new album come out. Already going back to work on the album that I was working on before I started working on 5 B-sides. So yeah, boy. Yeah, with the new format, it's just going to be like a little bit of news, and then also just little short think pieces that don't fit my normal format. Therefore, you'll end up be able to hear stuff like what I'm updating anime wise, like what I'm watching, if I want to talk about that. And then there'll also be like the usual fires flares, where I just recommend some different things that I've seen that I think it would be really dope for you guys to enjoy as well, that does not have anything to do with me. But but today I just wanted to keep it simple with this one of those sections, since it ended up being a little long-winded, which was the what I like about blank. And today it was about pride. But hopefully you guys will continue to enjoy what I bring with the new format, and hopefully we can have fun with it. If you have any suggestions, let me know. All right, much love, peace.